Bergamot Station. This is, I call this LA's secret art gallery or artist compound because when you first think of places to go, you rarely ever think of abandoned, formerly used stations used for like filling tankers and stuff. I guess there used to be like trains that came through here, and as you can see right now, it doesn't look like very much. It's just a lot of just like warehouses and buildings and stuff like that. But there's some great art in here. Right here, we got a few galleries on a name. The sign right here: William Turner, Lois Lambert, Building Bridges Art Exchange, Copro Gallery. So we're gonna go take a look at those. And what do you have to say, Kat?
I've been here once or twice before, and it's really interesting. It's different. Each building houses different artists, different types of art. You can buy some of the art, which is cool. It's not just a museum, and it's easy to get to, and they have parking, as you can see, which makes it even better.
Yeah, it's really hard to find parking in Los Angeles, like anywhere you possibly go. So that's another reason why I would consider this a secret place, because the less people that know about certain things, the more parking there's gonna be. So that's a good point, right, Kat?
Yes, parking is everything in LA. Parking and traffic.
All right, so this building that we're passing right here, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's all closed up. It's got all these like little bars out front. So let's see. And I honestly, I don't actually know if I'm gonna be allowed to stream in some of these buildings. So we're just gonna have to like ask around. Obviously, I'm here for all of you. So if I can't stream, then then I will have to exit that gallery. But what's this? Cat is sees the plants. So let's see.
They look like tomatoes, but they're not.
So this is Range Media. There's a business here.
Cool
What is it?
flower.
All right, interesting
Hangs
flower.
down.
Some interesting flowers here. That's always good to have a nice flower plant, right? So we got Range Media Partners here. I don't actually know what Range Media Partners has produced, but I'm sure it's very good. So let's start. This is the first gallery that we're pulling into, and it's called Voyeur. Perfect name for this project, right? So E1, William Turner Gallery, got the Melanie Pullen Voyeur room. So let's take a look at this. Okay, cool. All right. This is pretty neat. So it looks like a mostly photography. Some amazing photos, my goodness. Yeah, I can totally see. What a great intro right here. This photo right here. And it has like this it looks like there's no glass on it, but it's like kind of reflective. However she took the photo must have been through some sort of glass, but some really great colors on this woman just staring out. What's up, Sid? Ronaldo? Just staring out the window here. And this is another huge photo right here. It's very transporting, right? Like if I was to take a video like this or take a photo, it would look like I'm just standing in a subway with the body. That's crazy. It would look like I'm just standing there with the body. But as you could tell, I am actually in a gallery, and this is probably, they must have rented out this subway in order to, I'm guessing they probably rented out the whole subway in order to actually get this photo, which is pretty amazing. Isn't that cool? So here, let's see what else they got. Oh, all of these photographs are pretty dark, really dark subject matter. So really dark subject matter. Charlotte, yeah. How's it going? Score. Hello. Welcome. Very dark subject matter. Again, really interesting how they took the photo there. Okay, so you can see the shadow of somebody or a silhouette of somebody here. just passing through. And whenever I look at like a photograph of something, I wonder if all the elements of it is part of like the grain. There was a lot of grain on that photo, and I wonder if that was part of it. So let's see what it says about Melanie Pullen here. Melanie, continuously creating imagery that questions perceptions and our ingrained desire to observe the forbidden, to find beauty where we shouldn't, and glamorize violence. Desire to observe. Oh, good message right there, huh? So we have this ingrained desire to observe the forbidden and glamorize violence. That's pretty wild. So now I get it. I'm getting some of the ideas. So let's see. Fullen's photographic works ranging from early high fashion crime scenes to monographs, masculine counterpart. Some really cool stuff here. Cinematic lighting, staging. So obviously these are staged, right? Makes a lot of sense. It's been shown in major museums, galleries, permanently in the holdings of in Mexico City, Mocha, Jacksonville. Very cool. All right, some great reputation there. And it looks like these are, oh no, this is a different artist. They got a section here for another artist, Michael Tabori. It's called Aphrodisia. So these are obviously abstract works. Paintings definitely don't look like photographs, but it is neat how he looks like he painted all the way to the edges. He left like a little fingerprint looking thing here. I don't know if that's on purpose, but this is something you can learn from probably every artist. You know, you kind of look at these and he didn't put his signature on the front. So I guess you could probably take away that putting a signature on the front of an abstract painting like this. I guess he felt that it took away or something. Or I'm sure it's probably just the standard of way of doing it, but anyway, this is kind of cool. So this is mostly just like a red and blue with like different textures coming through, but it's really neat because they got this really dark blue at the bottom and it's got this like texture to it. So pretty amazing. I like that. And here's something that's pretty neat is so am I going to paint tonight? I don't think I'm going to paint tonight. But I will be because I'm probably going to be out tonight for a little bit, Marianne, but I wanted to visit some more galleries out here. So this is pretty cool. This is very Rothko. What? Oh. Say hi to me. Thank you. But this is pretty cool. So this is very like Rothko-esque. I'm sure that there was some inspiration there, but look at this. This is pretty wild. It's very simple. It feels like you're in a cloud at first, but then there's just these other like really dark areas that look great. If you don't know who Mark Rothko is, he does these like really interesting paintings that are, you know, really big and massive, and it's just got these. Look them up. I mean, you're online right now. You probably look it up, but basically, he kind of takes these like two color tones, puts them together. Did some massive ones, but this is really neat. And yeah, some more plays with stripes. Look at this one stripe down here. It kind of just like comes down, but it's not like perfectly low. It's almost kind of like a you know, perfectionist flex. You know, like, hey, I can make all of these other lines perfectly straight down, but this one's going to be a little off center just to kind of mess with your eye a little bit. That's pretty cool. I like that. Little visual effects. I guess he does that with almost all of these. Very neat. So this is Michael Tabori, Aphrodisia. Very interesting. And then some more of Melanie Turner's. Gosh, these are some really dark imagery here. You know, you're just kind of like see this, and like her body just disappears down here. So you can't really see this, but there's a body down here. And they rented out this entire street, I guess, to take this photograph. And let's see what else. Some more play on this voyeur woman. Another woman with a binocular. I guess it's pretty reminiscent of voyeurs. Take a moment to like check out some of these photos. Like these are really, really big photographs. Like I had to step away. I'm about 20 feet back, and these photographs are filling the wall space. Definitely, I can imagine, like if you have a mansion, some sort of mansion, and you like this sort of dark graphical art, it's the view there. You could definitely learn a lot from this one. So I don't know if y'all could see this. From an art perspective, I think you could learn a lot from this one right here. Hard to see because of the reflection, but there's a woman in here sitting with this red dress on, floating. I'm guessing she's probably dead, or acting dead. But then everything around it's like this greenish water, greenish with like reflective water, and it just feels like this sense of. I guess you might assume that she's probably playing with color there. The complementary colors of green and red. And every single one of these has like this body in it that just seems like it's well, look at this. She just kind of like disappears in there. You're just seeing this woman in the driver's side of a taxi cab with blood running down her face. It's really some dark paintings or dark photographs. Here's another one. Again with the dead body motif. It's still so beautiful in its own way, right? They're all in like these beautiful colored dresses. The surroundings are all made in these really interesting ways, but yeah. And the last one, her favorite character, the woman with the binoculars. I'm sure she's got a name. Let's go ahead and sign up for their interest list. All right, THEEMF. Melanie Pullen. All right, well, that was the William Turner Gallery at Bergamot Station. I think you could see that. Another great, wonderful place to take out. So, Marianne, since you're here, out of curiosity, do you enjoy these, or do you prefer to see painting? Because I know I'm switching it up a bit from what I normally do. I'm switching it up a little bit from what I normally do. Let's see if this is open. Oh, nope, they're closed. They closed at 2 p.m., so I can't go in there. That's E2. Let's go to, I love how all these like art gallery names have like these really, really artsy names like Lois Lambert, William Turner. So this one closes at 6. And here we go. Hey, Kat, can you put this in my bag for me, please? Kathleen, it's always good to have someone around you that can help you do stuff. Thanks, Kat.
So that's a replica of the fountain that is installed in Century City.
Oh, all right. So we are in the Louis Lambert Gallery, and this is all large sculptures of like metal and glass. It looks like, look at this one. This one looks like it's not a body. Well, it has hands sticking out, so I guess it is a body, but that's pretty cool. And this is, Kat just told me, oh, this is a replica of the fountain. So this is really interesting fountain in Century City, and there's like a replica that you can have in a living room. John Luebto. So John, can't actually pronounce his name. John Luebto. John Luebto. Oh, this is a really cool glass sculpture-like thing. It's like a sculpture within a frame. A very massive frame. I don't know what this is made out of, but let's see. There's some, it's called Linear Form Study. It used to be at the Roosevelt Hotel. It's, I guess this is a replica because this is not 6 feet. So here's a replica. It's made of glass. And it's kind of cool. It's got like these different sections of glass, like quite a bit deep. 6 height, 8 width, 1 meter in diameter, so or something. It's just pretty nice stuff. Oh yeah, all of these pieces are based on pieces that are inside a hotel or something, and you could tell it's very like not retro, but like Art Deco feeling. It's on TV. Look at this. Does it look like there's a body in there? They even put these little feet details. Let's check out some of the details in this. So, this is wife 1 and 2. That's hilarious. So, you can see probably your own reflection in there. But I guess I wonder how accurate the height is. This is a very petite woman hiding behind this glass. And you have to wonder, did he mold everything from her hand to her feet? Or did he just kind of like sculpt it himself? Really interesting question there. I love how industrial all of this is. So it looks like he's made a lot of these sculptures that have either this like glass or it looks like metal maybe on the outside. And it comes together. It just kind of comes together into this torso pieces. These are all like modeled after feet and everything, or torsos, I should say. Very cool. What's that?
These are miniatures of what you find at this.
Yeah, I saw that. I love them. Yeah, they're very Art Deco, right? So here's another miniature. Taking an adventure around one of these sculptures, John Luebto. Now I have this feeling that I have to like see the real life versions. And there's more upstairs. Or like the life-size versions of these. Here we go. Successful public art. Here we go. Look at that. Isn't that pretty cool? Like taking all of these ideas, these shapes, these forms, these designs, and kind of just like putting them together into this really elaborate piece. But not just like sculpting, but like mixing together the glass and the metal all together. These are really, really big pieces. Just so you can see a size comparison. My body, my head, it's up there, and then the bottom, it comes down to like about my belly button. So these are really cool pieces. And let's see what else. So he did so many of these. He's done tons and tons of these sculptures. Look at how this one, look how thick this glass is. So my finger, I'm gonna try my best not to touch it. My finger is thinner than the glass. So these are really, really big pieces here. thick glass. Makes you wonder, like, how did he create it? How did he form it? Maybe it's some sort of like plastic or whatever they call it. That type of plastic that's like very easily moldable. But there you go. Just like the way that all these are curved. And then to think that these are all miniatures of the real, actual big version. So John Loeb Toe. Very cool. Well, these are glass. There's some chunks in here. I guess this was part of the original one that broke or something. Good old American flags. This was made in 2018. A skull with the... Let's dive in, dig into the details here. You wouldn't have noticed this unless you looked at it from below. I almost passed right by it, just looking at it as if it was just a flag, but it's actually a flag sitting on top of a crystal skull. That's pretty wild, though. So let's keep going. Okay, this is like a toy room. I guess this is a gift shop, huh? All right, here's some more artwork. You can see this being very popular, just this play of light right here. Look at that. I think it's things like these that are really really impactful nowadays, because everybody's got paintings and stuff, but if you've got an actual light fixture that creates a very unique environment in your room. Oh, look at these. I didn't know they had these. I'm guessing this is more of a shop than an actual like art room. But we got Gustav Klimt here, Heroes Collection, Rene Magritte, Rembrandt, Claude Monet, all the big names, huh? And like little bobbleheads. It's kind of cool. So let's see. A lot of great stuff. A little art store. Okay, nice little art store for you to pick stuff up as well, if you ever come through. Let's keep going. They got a second floor. Let's see what's up there. Love the spiral staircase. Check this out. I always love like staircases that are interesting like this, because I don't have one. Let's go up a spiral, or part spiral. So it's not exactly spiral. It flattens out at one point, but here we go. We're up here on the second floor, and you can hear an echo in here. I don't know if y'all can hear the echo, but we've got Caroline Gray, the artist Caroline Gray. And the main theme of these are all just, let's see if we can get it without the reflection. Yeah, they're all reflective, so let's see how we can do this. Maybe this way. Yeah, okay, so from this angle, you can kind of see what's going on in these photos. I guess at this point, when they're shooting like this, it makes me wonder how they get this lighting. It's got to be really difficult to get this type of lighting. I wonder if they made the entire pool all black, or whether, I guess water naturally is not blue. So it'll take on whatever the colors actually reflect off it. Very cool. So all of these are mostly black, with just these like smoky, wispy plays of people in water. This is nice. It'd be interesting to see how she got this. I think this is a interesting choice of model too, because you can see all these details up and down her arm, and you wonder if that's part of her actual body or whether it is just was actually put there on purpose. So some more photos of people. Some models. Very cool. This is a nice one. This is like a ballerina. I guess she's fixing her shoes while underwater. You can see just how how everything kind of just like floats in the pool here. Very nice. That's Caroline. This is another piece by Caroline Gray. And I really like how they show the reflections at the top of this. And I can't help but wonder if it's like edited that way, or whether that's just exactly how it appeared. But you know, it must take quite a long time to do these underwater shots. But this model, I think it's almost the same model on at least half of these. Or maybe it's herself. It could be herself. Some models that are great with being underwater. Oh, well, here she is. Nope. This is Caroline Gray. So this is Caroline Gray. That is not, she's not the model. These are not self-portraits. So joy in capturing that Zen moment where it all comes together in the endless variation of changing light and reflection. Very nice. Land and waterscapes at sunrise, sunset, further than. Very cool. All right, well, let me slowly walk down these stairs. There we go. All right. Here's one before we leave. This big American flag is pretty cool. So this is, I guess this is on some sort of stained glass or whatever the material's made out of, but it's folded and like curved into these bars like a little, like a waffle or something. And this is the Lois Lambert Gallery at Bergamot. Let's see, this place keeps going back too. It just goes back further and further, and then on the opposite side, which we may or may not have time to check out, but let's go here. This is called Building Bridges, the Art Exchange. So Willow Women. Unit F2. Cardinal Points Art Collective. I like how they have this window in the front to block. Oh, this is a video. Okay. This is kind of cool. I like this one because you probably can't experience it while you're watching, but it's there's a scent in here too. It's a very, I don't know if it's like a perfume or like a very musky weather, like a musky scent, but a good like naturey smell. Oh, check out all these pelts. So I don't know how these were taken, but this feels like a Native American exhibit of some sort, or very tribal. Something very tribal. This is pretty amazing. And here you go. They even got a painting. I'm guessing this is a self-portrait of some sort. It's an amazing self-portrait, isn't it? Look at that. It's a very good self-portrait with rattlesnakes. An era seemingly dominated by advanced technology. It's kind of ironic how just earlier we were talking about technology, and now this is supposed to be a poke at what's happening because of technology. So basically something that has to do with the Native Americans in Mexico. Mexican Native Americans in Baja California, Mexico. Ooh. You know, here's something that you probably don't notice is just being here, you have this really interesting sense of like a naturey peace. Despite us being in the middle of, you know, Los Angeles, just these pieces alone, all these pieces have like, you know, pieces from nature, dried grass. I don't know what all the materials are, wood, stone, and maybe combined with this smell that I've smelled in here. It is there's a calmness that is being evoked. So here's a room that's all black. It has these butterfly pieces. It's pretty cool. Should do there should be more of these. Look how still they are. There's literally like no wind blowing in here, so they just kind of sit here. Very still floating butterflies. It's beautiful. Oh, look at this. You don't get to see this. You don't get to notice this if you just walk through here, but check out these beautiful shadows that they put across this wall. My goodness. Just taking a moment to enjoy that, right? Like all of this up here just hanging very still, and then suddenly you just see this big piece on the wall, its own form of artwork. Shadows are art, right? And again, these pieces are based on Native American tribes in Baja California, Mexico.
Y también cuando hacemos, eso es muy importante también, cuidar las plantas, pedirle permiso a la tierra para...
Oh wow, this is crazy. There's a massive snake skin right here. Can't tell if it's real, but it is huge. It's got to be at least like, it's not even a whole snake skin. It's like, it's got to be at least like 10, 15 feet. Just that alone. But this is from some of the willow women. Salma Torres Salazar, Yanette Salazar Carrillo, and Maria Eva Carrillo Vega. Curated by Marissa Caichiolo. Very cool. Alright, well, this looks like it's closed. So I'm gonna walk around here and see what else. So as I was mentioning earlier, this actually was originally a like a train station type thing. That's why I call it Bergamot Station. There's actually still back here. You need to stop. This 26th Street Bergamot Station. 26th Street Bergamot Station. We're about to enter what's called the City Garage Theater, I think. I don't know, we'll see. We're walking by it. But it's maybe a theater that isn't open right now. So, I don't know, some guy just went in there. Guessing it's closed. He had to open. Oh, I guess this is not open to people. Alright, well, we're not going into the City Garage Theater, people. So let's find the next one. But if you do need a theater show and you want to look at art in Los Angeles, you know where to go. Bergamot Station, people. So let's see what else. We're gonna come around the corner here. This is a little like just an alleyway. I don't think I'm gonna see anything in here, but we're gonna pass through and see what's on the other side of some of these buildings. I'll go down to the rest of the galleries on the other side. This one's called Think Pure. Now these look like businesses rather than art galleries. Montalba, they got architects back here. Montalba. Okay, Capro Gallery. Let's see what's at Capro Gallery. So we're walking through here. at the Capro Gallery. This is at T5. Now, I don't actually know how often these galleries change. I'm sure, maybe every year or two they're different. But like the theater, Capro Gallery looks closed. Yep, Capro Gallery is definitely closed. So we're gonna keep walking around. Let's see what we can find here. I see a lot of businesses here. And it makes me wonder if this is eventually just going to turn into like a business, little business district. But it's pretty sweet that it's right next to this train station. You can hop right off and come here on your way to Santa Monica, the beach. Okay. I'm in a deserted area of Bergamot Station where people are mostly just working. Just passed by Lois Lambert Crow. So it's comedy shows, classes, now it's a business. It's pretty cool though. Let's take a moment to enjoy this yard that they have. So I'm about to turn this around, but on one side there's all these industrial looking commercial galleries, which are just these bare metal buildings with some beautiful artwork inside. The irony, right? And then on this side, some really great businesses with seating. Look at this huge log that they turned into a bench. So this is absolutely massive. It's almost up to my chin here. And somebody carved it out. Hopefully, they didn't chop down an actual living oak tree for this, but maybe you found it and decided to purchase it or something. But yeah, pretty amazing outdoors seating area. Very, very nice, wonderful. Feels very peaceful and relaxing here. So the rest of those look like businesses, so we're not gonna go bother the people working. What's going on, Hexelnov? How you doing? And someone new. I totally just realized that someone new posted something, but I haven't given a shout out yet. So let's see. All right, they got another business. I'm on a search for another gallery, which hopefully will turn up to at least one. So Birdie G's. Let's give a shout out to some of the businesses that are here, right? If anyone recognizes any of these names. It's Headspace, I've heard of. Gum Gum. Super Connector Studios, that sounds good. Capital, of course you need a capital partner somewhere in a big business spot. Luca Lanzetta, Birdie G's, Green Bus, Range Media has 2 huge buildings. They must do something important. And NCAM has the letters taken off, so maybe they're going out of business or they left business here. But Range Media Partners and the funding partners are probably the big dogs in this place. William Turner's got the most notable gallery though, the William Turner Gallery. So let's keep walking. They got a lot more galleries on this other side here. I guess that was the business section plus William Turner and Lois Lambert. But now we're gonna go to a different section. So how's everyone doing this afternoon? Hope you're all having a great day. Do a little tour of Santa Monica. Bergamot Station. This is a secret art district in Santa Monica. And I say secret because if you just visit Santa Monica or you say, hey, I'm gonna go visit Los Angeles, where do I go? You're never gonna hear about this place. And you could tell because there's a lot of parking available. So, if you're watching this is your insight into something that a local might do if they want to get away from huge crowds. So let's see what else is here. These look more like indie studios. Let's see if we go in here. They close. Oh, these are closed on Tuesday. Judy Baca. But you could see some of the paintings in here. Let's at least take a peek in here. There's a massive painting. You could already kind of see some of the huge paintings they have. And I think these are more the Great Wall and the World Wall. He's a pioneering artist. Yeah, I could see that. That's a massive painting. That could fit a huge wall in there. Could definitely fit onto a huge wall. So let's see. About to go to, this is called Gallery 12. And Gallery 12 is closed. But this is what we would have seen. Thomas Path in all the colors. Here we go. Thomas Path in all the colors. Let's take a look inside here. Oh. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks. Yeah, I just wanted to take a look. Can I? Yeah, cool. Okay. So Thomas Path. Ooh, look at this. Right, good timing. So look at this. This is like a
1960 Rolleiflex camera.
1960. What kind of camera?
Rolleiflex.
Rolleiflex. 1960 Rolleiflex.
From Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. Every piece has been broken up and separated, and
It's just when you go through the front lens, you see the top of the gallery. It's like perfect. It's not the top one. Yeah, look at the top lens.
this one.
Yeah, there's two loops.
Yeah.
The top one, you'll see a white. You know. But
Yeah.
he's a mad scientist, genius.
Look at that. So does he do this with like other objects as well?
Yeah.
Obviously, he probably
Yeah,
has
there's
that.
typewriters, guitars,
Oh, very cool.
sewing machines.
And his name is John A. Peralta. John A. Peralta. And look at these wonderful photos too. Very themed. I like the toy, like a almost nutcracker clown type feel, but it's also mixed in with like these really interesting classic looks, 70s, 80s, I'm guessing. There's a lot of influences from different, I guess, generations, you would call them. Oh, this is kind of interesting. She's got like a melting, I guess it's so hot that her napkin is melting on her face. It's kind of interesting. So this is, and here, we're actually about to go into the gallery. Thomas Path. Oh. So it looks, I can't tell if these are like painted. I'm guessing they're painted, but they're just these like solid wood blocks. And with just like one or two tone colors on here. American cheese, French mustard. All right, yeah, he nailed those colors, right? American cheese and French mustard. You gotta be here to see it. It looks way more accurate in person. Like, it is blowing my mind right now how accurate this yellow is to American cheese. Good old mac and cheese color. I don't know how he got that color exact, but mustard, like perfect. I just love this idea of having these two yellows here together, and to see that there's such a difference. When you think of like mustard and you think American cheese, the first thing is that they're about the same color, but when you see them together, you can tell that they're totally different. Horror stories are so fun to listen to. Oh, did you get to see the beginning of this? Because we were just in a gallery that was all sorts of scary, very dark subject matter as far as photography at William Turner, but right now we're at Thomas Path. And all of these colors are so great. Like, look, this, so you gotta be here, but like, I don't know if y'all can see this, but this green, it's like the sour apple, but you can see the little hints of red. Like, whenever you look at a sour apple, it's never just like a green, right? This artist, Thomas, went to the detail of like, it might be my imagination, but it looks like there's just this subtle hint of like a red and brown in here to give it that real apple color. So you get, what a master of color this guy is. Bubblegum strip. Now bubblegum strip, I'm a little bit more confused about, but these, I mean, strip of bubble gum. Yeah, okay, cool, cool. I think the other ones like were definitely ones that just very clear like, hey, I mean you kind of had to look closer, but you're just like, hey, this is the amount of detail. Bubblegum strip makes me think of more of like a teeth, like a row of teeth and gums. But here we go. These are pretty big paintings too, very sizable, and they're fun. They're like a pop shape. They're like this. They're not like just these square rectangle canvases. They're like these really thick wood blocks that have curvature to them. Baby food peas. I love that name. Look at this. This is called baby food pea color. It's fun that I'm not. Well, you don't have to be stuck at home. You can go for a walk outside, all right? You can give a tour of your neighborhood. Oh, calamine lotion. I don't actually know what calamine lotion. I feel like that is something that you have to have like insider info on to be like, ooh, wow, that is very accurate. So scape. Oof, look at this. So this is just called scape. I love these two names with these two colors just coming together right here. The blue and the green. The sky and the land. I mean, I'm just making assumptions about what that is, but I like it when you can kind of come up with your own, interpretation. And here's some more. I guess this is Juana Cespedes. Juana Cespedes. Oh, well, hey, my dad used to sleep all the time too when he was at home, but he worked in the really early mornings, got home in the afternoon. So, I kind of understand. So bluegrass, I guess, isn't really blue. Can you believe that? It's this green, and I'm sure there's a blue hint to it, but there's so many great details in just the colors here. Like, definitely mastery of color with these Thomas Path pieces. I can really see this piece, the green apple one. I can really tell what it looks like from far away. The subtle detail with the red in the center to give it that real apple detail. Like, he wasn't just like, hey, let me just do a green apple and just take the green. He was like, let me get a real green apple and get that color. I love that detail. And let's take a look at Juana Cespedes. So these are some really interesting paintings. It looks like they're watercolor and just hundreds of people doing all sorts of interesting, beautiful little things. And I'm trying to see if it's like, if she used like a little stamp or whether she painted them all differently, but they all look unique in their own way. So I'm gonna guess that upon first look, she probably painted each and every single one of these details. I mean, some of the details are similar, like the hand being raised and all that, but for the most part, they've all got different poses and things. Oh yeah, and you can see like a way different variety of people here. You got a couple people down here, just kind of like, these look like people working, and just, I love that she used this really stark white. Like it's just snowing, like it's just this is a great painting for like a Christmas house. Like if it's like Christmas, if you just want it to feel like Christmas all year long, people skiing or not skiing, but like hanging out on like this snowy field with these really beautiful colors. Just greens, yellows. Yeah, very natural. Zichan Liu. So we're at another one. So you're scared? Uh-oh. Well, yeah, keep an eye out for that. It's better to protect yourself than not. So look at this amazing photograph right here. Just a hand grabbing, shadow of a hand grabbing a rose. Oh, there's my head. My head's not supposed to be there. But I guess that's kind of cool. Like if you kind of reflect your own body in there and it's like your own art piece in a way. But it's very nice. So it definitely seems that Zichan Liu really loved to play with bending light, using glass and shadow. the way the colors are on here almost looks like it might not be a shadow, like it actually has like a full form and everything. Right here, some sort of another play with glass or some sort of material that makes it very blurry. I love how this one, just these, this whole thing of green. These flowers just seem to disappear. Her body seems to disappear in the green. Can't tell if it's a reflection of a mirror. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell if that's a reflection of a mirror or some sort of like painting there. But very creative, and like, is she sitting on a chair or is she floating on air? So many questions. Floating pearls and all these flowers. Ooh, I guess this is a play to Rene Magritte, the guy with the apple on his head, I think, is the artist. Rene Magritte. And looks like this is probably some sort of mirror, reflective mirror. Very beautiful stuff. There we go. All right, this is Zichan Liu. The portraits and the videos of. Here's one last one of Juana Céspedes Sombras. She went into the detail, like putting everybody into their shadow as well. She must become a master, or he, I'm guessing it's a woman because Juana. But she must have really learned how to capture figures really quickly in all sorts of activities and actions. Like, look at this wonderful dancing that these people are doing. This guy's doing like some sort of two-step dance, and then she's like hopping along, and just so much energy. There's just so much energy in each of these figures. So much energy, vibrance, great colors, and this white just totally shines out at you. Here we go. Ooh, I guess there's more here. All right, here's a gold foil painting with a cow in the center. It's very nice. This is another part of it, or? Yeah. Okay, cool. Mona Kuhn and Quentin Shi. All right. Oh, look at these. Wow. It's hard to tell if these are paintings or what. No, definitely seem like photographs, but obviously some more very potentially darker subject matter. I don't know. Looks like she's in a nightclub somewhere, just lounging naked, of course. And let's see this one. I like this one. Has a shadow here, just kind of like looking over her shoulder in some way. It's great to see photography done in this way when it's just like this really interesting, provoking new piece. And here's one final one, just a straight up portrait. Well, not straight up portrait, there's a lot more to it, but some reflections in the mirror. Is she in the desert? What is she looking at? Is that just how she stands there during the day? All serious? And here we go. They got an upstairs lounge here, or they got something called the lounge. Tons of black and white photography. Ooh. All right, so just a lot of black and white photography here. Okay, these are all classic photos of prominent figures. Very cool. Randy's Donuts. What a place. If you're ever in Los Angeles, Randy's Donuts is one of the top choices to go for donuts. So I watched this movie last night. It's called The Slums of Beverly Hills, and it's from 1998. I remember seeing it as a kid, but actually living in Los Angeles and finally seeing that movie again, it's kind of funny to understand some of the references better. So let's take a look at another one. Oh, well, these are mostly black and white photos. Oh, a couple photographs of a Picasso painting and a woman cleaning. Look at that. Somebody's creating a massive mural. Not sure exactly who that is, but whoever did this, they got a photo of a dog pooping on a sidewalk while a woman walks by and watches. It says Paris, 71. Yes, is that actually Paris? Yeah, I guess that might be Paris in 1971. That's funny. All right, I guess this is part of the artist's photography studio up here. This is hilarious. Look at this alien right here. Ooh, are aliens real? Yes or no? Let's do a poll. Are aliens real? Or have aliens visited Earth? And here we go. I mean, according to these photos, aliens have visited Earth. These are real photos that have aliens in them. Here we go. Only an alien would vacuum the desert, right? Oh, look, even more. Oh, here's a full-on photograph. See, they must have visited Earth already, because these are definitely what an amazing photo. I can't tell, and I can't tell if it's computer generated or it's better than AI, honestly, in my opinion. So, anyway, let's keep going around. We've got maybe a few more galleries that are open right now before they close in a little bit. Thanks. It's you, Tom? Tom Irwin? Okay, wonderful. So Tom Irwin, the director of Gallery 12.
Have a good day. Thanks
Yeah.
for visiting.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Juana Cespedes. Craig Kroll. Guy Dill, Nomad. Let's see Craig Kroll. So Craig Kroll. Okay. So Craig Kroll. How's it going? Can I? Yeah, okay, cool. So we're in Craig Kroll. Okay, look at these. These are like really interesting, I guess, pottery, but it has like modern artwork on it. Look at this. It's like classic, feels like ancient Greek, ancient Roman art, but it has modern people on it. What a great idea, huh? Look at that. That's pretty sweet. Awesome. Oh, look at this. Yeah, I love that idea. Wow. Like these like very hip hop on the bottom. People looking up. Who are they idolizing? You know, there's always that like classic symbolism of like the gods and you know, people at the bottom and layers of hell and stuff, but very cool. So you got all sorts of real people just kind of chilling, modeling for these. Yeah, all right. Very interesting take on classic or ancient art, I guess, right? All ancient sculptures and things like that. So here we go. Yeah, that'd be a great idea. If someone, I'm sure somebody out there probably has like a company that lets you put your own photos onto like ancient Greek sculpting. But I guess if you look closely at this one, check this out. So these are all like really non-traditional people like doing all this, getting onto these like these pieces. You know, it's got all the fine details of like classical art, but then it's got the random modern person, and you can't help but be curious about the story and what's going on here. So look at this. Here's another person being idolized by the angels down here. There's some more. Photography meets ceramic, or I don't know what kind of material this is, but some sort of a ceramic sculpting type thing. Modern people on ancient art. That's a pretty great idea. So here we go. A lot of the many models. This blue-haired woman. It's very eye-catching. She's at the bottom and the top. Look at that. Look at all, they got her from every angle and populated her onto this piece right here. So I guess if artists had better technology back then, it would be kind of cool to see how they were depicted back in those days. I guess the artists did their best to model them, but they, you know, I think artists historically always modeled people using sculpture in the like the most idealized form, not in their, you know, most raw and like most raw form. And you know, this guy's got face tattoos and he's got beards and now got jean on, so it's pretty sweet. Amazing stuff. Here's one more for this artist. Yeah, look at this guy. Pretty amazing. All these faces of people like looking up. Kind of does a great job of like telling a story. You know, these people like looking up and then just wondering, are they idolizing? Is it like a interpretation of looking at the gods and goddesses or whatever? So pretty cool. And now we're in the Jenny Okun room. So these are obviously photography of very interesting buildings with a lot of crazy design elements. Really great angles though, huh? Look at these angles that she was able to pull off. Unless these are computer generated, but I'm pretty sure they're probably just buildings that already exist. I think that's a really interesting trick to pull off, is if you don't know that the specific building exists, you can't help but wonder, hey, is that an actual building, or did this artist somehow make this? And a lot more of the abstractions of these buildings. So this one you could definitely tell that it was, you know, modified in some way. But these, you know, you got to take a second look and you got to wonder, like, did she cut some of these pieces, or was the architect just a super genius? Some of this must have been abstracted, definitely. Like this piece, cut and pasted on top. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with that because my mind can't comprehend that type of architecture. Let alone abstract forms like that. And Guy Dill. So Guy Dill right here. Let's take a look at this. This is kind of pretty cool. I love these like sculptures that, you know, from one side they look like something, but then like once you kind of like get closer or whatever, they totally change structure. This person loved these forms. He's just started, looks like he started them off with every single one with like maybe a sketch or something like this, and somehow made them a reality. It's the power of the human mind, right? So here we go. sculptures are taller than I am. So I gotta stand further away so you can see them. You know, from this distance, they actually look like human forms in some way, like humans doing some sort of action. Like this guy looks like he's kind of walking, hunched over a little bit. This one looks like two people just kind of embracing in some way from this angle. And I guess if you were to look at a totally different angle, it would give you a whole different experience. Let's see. Yeah, totally different feeling there. Oh wow, so he did multiple paint drawings of the same thing, I guess. Yep, this one is pretty similar to this one on the other side. The one with the disc. And even that drawing over there is bigger than I am, so you definitely get a sense of awe in this room, seeing all of this. And it also looks like this is mostly kept together with like wire, maybe some glue, but this wiring that goes around it kind of keeps it together. All right, and that is this sculpture or these pots are from Peter Olson. Thanks. See ya. Okay. And that's Craig Kroll Gallery at Bergamot Station. Peter Olson, Marked for Life. Okay, so it's called Marked for Life. I could have seen those details in there, or should look for them, but yeah, this is neat. So most of these people, I guess, are tattooed in some way, or marked in some way for life. Nice. See, self-explanatory. You can just kind of figure it out on your own. New Art Gallery and Caffer. This is a New Art Gallery. Let's check this one out. Hello, can I video? Yeah? Okay, cool. All right. So this is the New Art Gallery, and they got this thing called bedding plane. It smells nice in here too. And this is called Anne Cafferill's The Bedding Plane. Anne Cafferil, Bedding Plane. Let's take a look at some of these works. So this is pretty cool because it feels like a field. But just looking closer, looking at all the details from this way of painting that she did, it's very interesting. Hey Cyrus, so these are pieces from Anne that we're looking at right now, Anne Cafferil. So Anne Cafferil, let's look at more of these pieces. I love the way she does her paintings because they're very different. She obviously took the canvas and does some sort of like style of like dripping and putting the pieces together. And oh my goodness, this room just gets more and more interesting as you walk through it. So like you start with this small painting right here, and you know, you can kind of get a sense of like this field, this like wheat field that she does. And you kind of move into this. Somehow she creates this sense of like what the vastness of the work of like, you know, a landscape is like. And you move on to here, and it's like she just keeps exploring this idea of allowing paint to kind of just like drip and merge into itself. But from a distance, it actually just like creates this texture, this design. It's really beautiful experience. Look at this. This one looks like a volcano, right? Looks like a field with like my own interpretation, but it feels to me like some sort of volcano. And you get up closer, and you see that a lot of it is like it's dripping. The paint is dripping in some way. Huh. Let's get a quick look at this room by itself as a whole, right? So you got this small painting here, as you get around here, just creates these like really bigger. That was a small one, but it gets bigger, and then it gets bigger and small. Then isn't this amazing? It looks like this massive storm is just happening over the ocean. At least to me, you know, I do a lot of those projects where you like look at something and you have to figure out what it looks like, and then look, huge storm or ocean or something like that, and you got this like huge plain and field over here. It's pretty cool. Oh my goodness. And she does this with all these, I can't tell if this is dripped on, but this might have been less drippy than the others, but still amazing, just amazing to see the effects that she was able to accomplish with these. This is really pushing her own style to all these different to the boundaries or limits or whatever. So this is nice. She did something a little different here. You could see, just at least in this piece, looks like there was stone here. It could have been paint. It's probably just paint, but it looks like maybe she somehow put it like a slice of a stone. So Sarah Snyder, you love art. When you say we love art, you mean people in Brazil, or do you mean you and your family? So yeah, these are some wonderful pieces, and it's kind of a cool little abstract one. That's a fun piece right there. This is by G. Seth. And some portraits, but these portraits are great. I love the single colors in the background. Like I was thinking, I don't know if any of you saw the British King something. He got like a portrait painted recently, and they were making fun of it because it was all red. But it was making me think, like, you know, all the portraits back then were all black, and those are kind of boring. So good for him for changing up what he was expecting of his artists. But yeah, these are amazing portraits. Much larger than life. Now let's see what else. Ooh, this gallery keeps going. And let's see. Okay. So these are taking in the more abstract styles, I guess like expressionist, as they might call it. It's hard to know what to say in some of these. You can see the wordings. See some of the words here, and it's like, you know, it looks like a fun little letter. It's like a letter that was written, but, you know, more importantly, what I really think about these like abstract pieces is like, you know, they're really, when you do like a painting, I think when you're doing a painting, you know, your mind is totally focused on just getting that like one painting. You know, if it's this big thing and you're focused on trying to get this idea out. Well, what I think is really interesting about paintings like this or artwork like this is usually it's like a compilation of ideas, especially if you think about like Basquiat. So he would do like dozens of paintings like these at the same time, and he would like just go back and forth between them. So it's almost like you know, the pieces were all just made at different times of painting. It's just really interesting to see how all the different thoughts and ideas that are being presented on this piece. I mean, there's some repeating things like color red and this other stuff, but it was really amazing. So, especially, you know, if it's a very well-known artist, it becomes really interesting to know what was on their mind, or if they had something to say. Now, you know, take an actual curator to be able to explain like exactly, you know, what this artist is about. But I do think that, you know, this is good to know at least that, you know, some of these things are just like, how did they come up with this, right? Like, what's on their minds? Why did they decide to scratch? Why did they decide to put this this texture at the bottom. What's the lock all about, right? Symbolism. And these are pretty neat. It's just some abstract work just to look at, right? Guess I don't need to say something about all of them. Okay, so this artist took a bunch of bear. I guess they used bear paint, and they kind of just textured and layered over them with these different colors to create like this mind-blowing effect, right? Let's go a little further away and just absorb it. See if you can see anything out of these. Yeah. It's definitely these big, huge pieces that it's good to like step back from and just kind of take them in, because the experience is totally different. And here we go. What is this? Let's see. This is crazy. Dogs being fed by mountain lions or something. This is hilarious. One thing I also like to do is get really up like close to some of these paintings, because when you see them like in like a small Instagram photo usually, or like even on a phone like this, everything just looks exactly in place. But like when you get closer, you kind of see some of the details that the artist might find more or less important. Like right here, everything looks perfectly crisp and it's great, and it's just this beautiful painting. But when you get up close, you get to like observe, how the artist chooses to like do their shadows, how they choose to put their colors on, where they decide to leave a hard line or like a soft line, soft edge, things like that. And here's a really cool effect, this like cloudy wispiness of this field. It's a huge portrait of animals, horse and dogs. They've been given interesting qualities. Like, are these dogs begging for scraps from these lions, or what? This one dog's who doesn't love a dog that like pees on your furniture, right? There's a lot of humor in this. Truly a dog lover. All right, we got one more room here. I don't know if y'all can hear this, but the soft music is a really nice, calming touch. So these are two really interesting pieces here. Got to take a moment to just kind of look at it, because it seems like there's a lot going on. There's lots of layers in this painting here, not just one flat painting, but it looks like there was probably a painting underneath it, and then the artist maybe decided like, hey, let me do something else to this paint. Let me change it up. Maybe it was like that from the beginning. Who knows? Similar thing, but two different colors. So it does make me wonder though. These are purposely here because one's like somewhat of a green, and you got this complementary red next to it. A little bit of a vermilion, but yeah. Seems like a very passionate project right here. So I think from this video alone, it's really hard to see everything that's going on like up close, but I think you can see some of the lines and where the paint seems like it was just kind of like poured on or dripped on. It's really interesting. And I also like seeing like these little details like up here, because you kind of see like various artists, how they kind of try to, maybe they already figured it out, but find and put their their personal touches to create this effect, like these little dashes of whatever brush marks or however they did it to just make it know that it's theirs. These are pretty beautiful, huh? Look at that. Lots of hard edge. Hard edge with some great detail. It's neat. It has like a cut down the center. This definitely feels like a movie poster of some sort. It's total white and like black and everything. Just a subtle figure, you can't see their face. Don't you love that? Like when you know everyone thinks that when you paint people or draw people, you have to like show their face, but maybe you don't, right? I guess Rene Magritte was probably one of the ones that started that. It's great execution, right? All right. And here we go. Looks like abstraction of like letters right here. But let's see what we can pull away from this. Okay, so this is two paintings that are supposed to be put together. And here's something that's kind of fun. So looks like this is actually a continuation, but then whoever the artist here definitely continues to like separate and create this like separation of ideas, this it's like mirrors or something, things pieced together. Okay, that's cool. All right. Let's go on and see what else is next. Maybe we should catch up with Kathleen. Oh, here we didn't really look at these, but these are kind of cool. It's like little tiles or some sort of. It almost looks like this was once some sort of like clay wall from like ancient times or something, and then the paint just kind of like wore off over time. Clay or something, or brick wall, with the art that just kind of eroded over time. Yeah, lots of texture on these. This is fun. I'm guessing these are like tiles, or maybe the underside of a tile or something. There's an idea, like having tiles or different objects to create the shapes and forms that you need. Anyway. All right, thanks. See you. Hey, there you are. So did you get to see any of these other ones?
I didn't go all the way down here.
There's a ton.
I know.
You want to keep going?
Hello.
Huh? I think I'd do one or two more. Huh?
Over here.
I think the rest room.
Restaurant.
Oh, I don't know.
I came to the restaurant, so back when I was cleaning it, and he shut the door, and he told me the code, but
So you didn't go look for him? So let's see. We are Richard Heller is private gallery or private. It's the Richard Heller Gallery. Richard Heller Gallery. Hello. Can I film in here? Or... Okay, Richard Heller. Ooh. My goodness. Look at this. So this is a really fun gallery. because, and this is all the same artist, right? Sean Huckins. So here's a fun thing. So Sean Huckins. Sean Huckins at Richard Heller Gallery. And here's what's cool. So you got some of these, you got these paintings here with this just amazing color work with the fabrics, right? Just all this like silk looking fabric. It's amazing, but it covers the faces. These wonderfully painted. My goodness, that is a very good painting with some great colors. Huckins, 2024. Oh, is it fresh 2024? And then the rest of this, so he's got these other great paintings, but he's got like these funny things, this yarn covering the rest of it. So let's see if the painting is actually, oh, it is a full huge painting. I wonder if he actually painted the whole thing or however, but that's pretty fun, huh? So you got these like pieces of people having their faces covered by this amazing fabric painting, and then these other pieces with yarn covering the bodies and part of the faces. That's a sense of humor there. Isn't it nice when an artist can like show like some sort of sense of humor in their technique or whatever? And you gotta appreciate a good fabric painting. Whatever was done to create this amazing fabric looking, like this painted fabric looks better than any fabric I've seen. If only they can make something that nice, right? And here's another huge bit of detail, just like a classic image, then altered by this yarn. It's great. I love that idea. That's pretty cool. This was 2023. Huckins was obviously a master of fabrics, understanding how to paint them. Oh, so here's a really neat detail. Is up here how he painted some of the little strips of fabric coming off of the end. Yeah, this is great. Find some good references of fabric there. Let's kind of do a spin around this room right here. This is actually a painting, as far as I can tell, not a photo. Just an epic painting, but with an added modern, fun twist to it. And you can't help but wonder about like the amount of detail, the amount of work that was put into putting all of this yarn together. I don't actually know what that takes. I've never worked with yarn before, but here's the central piece of this room. It's literally on the floor. This makes me wonder if it was like this artist's son. He was doing this modeling thing for him, and he was able to paint this on top of his son. But very nice. Let's take a moment to look at this back again, though. See some of the details. So I love seeing in paintings when you can look at the heads that are smaller and see how like eyes were not painted in tremendous detail. Like you don't really need tremendous detail on eyes in these smaller paintings. You just really basically have to kind of capture the shadow and the form there. It all starts to kind of speak for itself. but you decide what's important here, as you can see by the work of a masterwork, how some of it comes together. Very nice. Hey, thanks. Yes. And are you Richard Heller? Barry Richard? Barry? Barry. Oh, Barry. Okay. Hey, Barry. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Yeah, very cool. All right. So this is Richard Heller Gallery, the Richard Heller Gallery at Bergamot Station. And I think this is going to be the last gallery that we check out for now. There are so many. There are way more than I had even expected. So at least that leaves an opportunity for another day to stop by again and check out more of this place. But I need to take a break from talking and analyzing paintings and stuff. So those of you that tuned in, someone new, Cyrus. Let's see who else is here. Hexelnov, Marianne, El Cid, Charlotte, all of you. Just got to say thanks for being here again, and we'll have to do this another day. But this was another first time visiting. Well, I've been here before, but this is the first time recently, and a long time visiting the Bergamot Station. So take care and have a great day, everybody.